Hello everyone. I know it's a little bit late for me to do it, but I thought I need to do a video this week, otherwise I'm not going to do any more, and I really started enjoying this now. I did get a request a couple of days ago, maybe 5 days ago, about someone asking me to do a tutorial on how to do backcombed hair. Normally I have 2-3 different types of different styles of backcombed hair, but I just wanted to do the overall trad look for guys with long hair. Purely because I cannot be asked to do a death walk at this time and hour, it will take too much time. So I thought, because my hair is already out and long and kind of straightened, I thought that already started. Before you guys ask about like the influences, I know a lot of people are very trad influenced by this. I've never really been influenced by like Robert Smith or TUC. I do admire them, but I've always had my own variation because I've seen pictures and I thought, okay, then that's pretty cool. Then I saw a lot of visual case stuff which my girlfriend introduced me to, like Mana Sama, who I ended up being inspired for one of my old band shows. Scissorhands, it kind of does fall into the same category, but I wouldn't say it's a massive influence. But yeah, this is like what you expect from a normal trad goth hairstyle, in my opinion. As said, with trad goth hair, there isn't really much rules to it. I mean, I know a lot of them have them crimped, which is absolutely fine in backcombed because it does add a little bit more effectiveness and rich to the hairstyle. But most of the time, it's a case of it's very rooted from the punk stages of keeping it wild, keeping it kind of like spiderwebby in many ways. But it does take a lot of time and effort, and I know loads of people who ended up giving up trying to backcomb it. So I'm going to give you this quick tutorial on how to quickly do trad goth hair whatnot. I know that a lot of guys with long hair have this problem. I know many girls who seem to struggle with this, so I'm going to try my hardest to be as best as I can to explain this. And there's only really a couple of things you need, which I'll be explaining in this. 3, 2, 1. Okay, I don't know how it's going to look at the moment because with lighting, but yeah, obviously when you first start applying the backcomb stuff, it's all about choosing the right brushes and the right hairspray. Now I personally go for Got2b, the yellow hairspray which says glue. It's a Schwarzkopf make. I find this very effective because it actually does what it says on the tin compared to most. It is a pain in the ass to get out of afterwards, but personally what I do is condition the hell out of it so it all gets out. But honestly, definitely recommend this, especially when applying for death walks, which I'll be going through a different tutorial later on when I get around to it. And obviously with backcomb brushes, it's pick and mix really. I mean, I like to use this little blue thing, so pretty. But it also does exactly what it needs to do. It's small, it's effective, bada bing bada boom. Okay, the first thing that you should do, especially when it comes to applying for trad hair, because this is what I'm going to be doing because I can't be fucked to do the mohawk tonight. Basically what you do, when you start at the roots, make sure you get all tangled there. This is just my method, by the way. A lot of people do different methods, but this is how I do it. So obviously what you do, you do a little by the roots, and obviously it's very, very important that you get the roots backcombed first, and then once you've got something like that, keep on applying for more stick. And obviously with backcombed hair there is no absolute rules. I just do it the way I want, but I like to also gradually tease my hair a little bit. The teasing helps to get more of like a spider web type of ordeal done. And obviously it does tend to fall apart, that's why you need to have a big chunk really. It depends on what you're really going for. And as said, trad hair, there is no real rules or method to it, because mine's always been messy ever since I can remember. But what I'd strongly do recommend as a deaf beginner is always do the roots. And obviously backcomb the shit out of it. Now, in case you've noticed, I've started doing it in different parts. Like, I always do my left side first compared to my right side. If it starts falling down, just try not to worry too much about that. Just keep on spraying the hell out of it, really. But make sure that the roots are very firm. And obviously just keep on spraying before and after. So like you got that. Just keep on doing it around, really. Also, when it comes to doing the eyes, be sure to cover your bloody eyelids, because I've done this too many times and it's not pretty. Your eyes will sting for ages, so anyone who's doing the fringe especially when you've got a long fringe, always cover your eyes. And obviously when it comes to like these type of bits, you don't need to go too close, just very lightly. The only is there once again because my hair's quite long, but I try, when it comes to backcombing long hair, it's very pick and mix really. I mean, when I used to have short hair, it was much more easy and it was much more efficient because you can kind of see what you're doing, and there wasn't as many layers at the back. But obviously with long hair, it's still a pain in the butt. I do remember the one time when I was in my old band, the Acid Ballet, we were playing a show in Milton Keynes, I believe it was, in January, and I do remember spending, I think, a good 4 hours doing my hair quite visual K inspired, because at that time I found Manastama's type of hairstyle very extravagant, and I thought I'd give it a go, but it did take a good 3 to 4 hours to put it up. Also, as you see me spray this before, make sure that you actually try not to leave it lingering too much, because this is just what I've done wrong. Because then your settle makes it a little more harder to obtain. But definitely, even like the smallest hair strands, it's always good to tease them as well. Oh, especially when you're doing the back top layer, it's very important that you get where you grab a good bunch of it and you hold onto it, because remember, the back and the sides help connect. Even just holding it sometimes like this, when it's to gradually settle, it does give you a small little boost. Once again, as for a backcomb, it's no real stretch to it, as long as it's messy and cobwebby. In my opinion, that's as good as it can get, but the struggle is always keeping it maintained. Now, if you're late for a party and you're just about getting your hair done and you can't be asked to wait for the spray to dry, what I normally recommend is once it's still wet, just still spray and hair dry at the same time. It's very efficient because it does actually solidate it quicker and much more harder, which I find more efficient. And it is brilliant because I remember doing when I used to go clubbing, and it used to help quite a bit, even with my mohawk. Well, to be fair, it's better than using the old beer method, which a lot of the punks and goths used to use in the 70s and 80s. Also, that's one of the worst things you can ever do. If there are parts where you feel like they're too dangly, once again, and on the side where you start at the top, that's no real worries. Once again, just backcomb and tease as much as you can. Don't forget the back, don't forget the back. Hold it. It's always good to hold this stuff, especially when you got undercut, because it's very useful just to hold down, because as I said, with backcombed hair, there's no real rule to it, so you can do whatever you want, but I just like to hold it just to keep it in a firm place. Oh my god. I know so many bloody goths would massacre me the way how it looks, but in the end it's just something they have to do. All in style. And also when you've got long hair, it's strongly advisable to never forget the back of it, otherwise you're going to look a little bit silly. Just doing the finishing touches. Obviously if you want to have like a little spider effect like these bits, it's a case of just pull them out like a little bit you want, hold, gently do it, and it depends really, because if you're very persistent on it you can tease a little bit more, or if you just really don't give too massive fucks as long as it's big and pointy, then go for it. One big thing is partings. Partings will be the end of these, so make sure that you try to unraveling the partings. First of all I do is just cheat a little bit, just twist it, spray it, tease it. And there you have it. That's my method of doing backcombed hair. I hope you really do like it, guys. If you want to see any more tutorials on how to do certain hairstyles or makeup, please leave a comment, give a like and subscription, and I'll see you very soon, guys.